If your dog takes your spot, it's not just a coincidence. Here are 10 reasons why they do it. You just got up from the couch for a second, and bam, your dog has already curled up right where you were sitting. Sounds cute, right? It might seem like a random act, but hold on. This seemingly harmless behavior might have a deeper meaning. And maybe you haven't noticed it until now. In this video, you'll discover 10 real reasons why dogs behave this way. Some of them will tug at your heartstrings, others are driven by instincts, and a few might genuinely surprise you. If you love your dog and want to truly understand what's going on in their mind, make sure to watch until the end and subscribe to the channel. This could change your connection with your furry friend forever. Sure, here's a friendly and engaging translation suitable for a YouTube narration. Showing affection. Dogs don't say "I love you" with words like we do. Instead, they express it through their actions, gestures, and looks. When your dog hops onto your comfy couch or sits right where you just were, it's not just about convenience or coincidence. It's their way of staying close to you, even when you're not around. Your dog wants to be surrounded by your scent, to feel your presence, and to keep a sense of closeness. It's a gesture full of affection and loyalty. Imagine this. You get up for a moment to pour yourself some tea, and in no time, your dog curls up in your spot, closes its eyes, and lets out a soft sigh. They feel safe, connected, even if it's just emotionally. Owners who spend a lot of time with their pets often notice this behavior. It's like your dog is continuing the conversation, even when you're momentarily away. It's a silent way of saying, "I'm here. I love you. I want to be where you are." Some dogs even get anxious if you're gone for too long. They might not just sit in your spot, but start settling in, fluffing the pillows, sighing, and looking around. This is their emotional attachment showing through a simple act, taking your place. So next time you find your dog comfortably curled up in your favorite chair, don't scold them. Instead, smile. That's love in action. In search of comfort and safety. For us, a smell might just be a sensation. Pleasant, unpleasant, familiar. But for a dog, it's an entire universe. Scents tell them everything. Where you've been, how you're feeling, what you've been up to. When your dog curls up on your spot, especially when you're not around, it's like wrapping themselves in an invisible blanket made of your scent. It's not just a habit or a whim. It's a deep-seated need for emotional security. Your pillow, chair, or favorite blanket carries your scent. For your dog, it's a connection to home, something stable and reliable. This behavior is particularly common in puppies or dogs that have recently moved to a new home. They need something familiar to help them cope with stress and adjust. Your scent becomes their anchor. It's as if you're still there, holding their paw. Some dogs don't just lie on your spot. They actually burrow into your clothes if you leave them on the couch or chair. It's not about dominance or being cheeky. It's about wanting to feel as close to you as possible, even when you're not there. This behavior is especially noticeable in pets who feel anxious when alone. Your chair becomes their little island of peace. So, when you see your furry friend curled up on your jacket or favorite blanket, don't be quick to shoo them away. Maybe at that moment, they're finding the comfort and peace that brighten their day. Reason number 3. The desire to get your attention. Dogs are true masters of communication. They may not speak with words, but they have an incredible ability to express their desires and emotions in a way that's impossible to miss, if you're paying attention. When your dog plops down in your spot, especially in a demonstrative or somewhat cheeky way, it might not just be a sign of affection or a quest for comfort. Often, there's a simple message behind it. Hey, pay attention to me. Take a moment to think. Were you engrossed in your phone, lost in work, or deeply absorbed in a TV show? Dogs have a knack for sensing when your mind is somewhere else, and many of them will find a way to bring you back to reality, back to them. Taking your seat is the perfect tactic. Your dog knows it will evoke a response. Whether you smile, express surprise, or even gently scold them, you'll inevitably turn your attention back to your furry friend. You might speak to them, maybe even walk over and give them a pat. For a dog, that's a win. Some dogs are so skilled at using this trick that they do it regularly. They wait until you step away, then they make a point of taking over your couch, sprawling out, sometimes even resting their head on the armrest as if to say, "Look how comfy I am here. Where are you?" And of course, you can't help but respond. It's important to realize that this isn't mischief or being stubborn. It's a need for connection. Even mature and calm dogs occasionally crave reassurance that they matter. Those who are particularly attached to their owners will seize any chance to reach out to you, even if it's like this. So if your pup has once again taken your seat the moment you got up, maybe it's simply an invitation. Talk to me. I'm right here. Protective instincts. Many people believe that only large and serious dog breeds have a guarding instinct. But in reality, even the tiniest Pomeranian can have the heart of a true protector. When your dog sits or lies down in your spot, it might be a manifestation of this deep, innate trait, the desire to protect and take care of what they consider theirs. And that means you. To a dog, your scent, your habits, and your favorite corners of the house are part of their internal safety map. If you get up and leave, even for a short while, your pup might see it as a cue. I need to watch over this spot until my owner returns. It's not about control or jealousy, it's about loyalty. They feel responsible for your space. This behavior is especially noticeable in dogs that naturally tend to be vigilant. Some of them literally stand guard. They sit in your place, keenly observing the surroundings, sometimes even laying down in a way that allows them to see the front door or window. It's their way of saying, "I'm on duty. Everything is under control." And even if it looks like they're just lounging around, there's an active service happening inside them. It's interesting to note that in the wild, this kind of behavior is quite normal. In wolf and dog packs, every member has a role to play, and guarding the territory or the leader's resting place is an important task. At home, your dog might see your chair as something similar, not just furniture, but a symbol of your presence. By protecting it, your dog is, in a way, guarding you. So next time you see your furry friend lounging in your seat with a hint of defiance, remember, it might not just be about relaxing. Your dog is on a mission, staying close, being a support, and acting as your little or big personal guardian. 5. Testing boundaries. Whether we like it or not, our dogs are always studying us. Even when they seem to just be resting or peacefully lying on the floor, a whole analysis might be happening in their minds. How is my human behaving now? What do they allow? Where are the boundaries? That's when a moment might suddenly arise where the dog decides to sit in your spot. It's not simply because it's comfy or smells like you, it's to see how you'll react. This is especially common in young dogs or those who are new to the home. They don't entirely understand the hierarchy of your pack yet. Who's in charge? Who makes decisions? What's allowed and what's not? Sitting in your spot can be a kind of experiment for them. What will happen if I do this? You might raise an eyebrow and say, hey, off you go. And that's it. Test complete. The dog understands. Okay, this isn't mine. Or perhaps you'll find it adorable and let them stay. And then they might think they can claim more space in the home and in your relationship. This doesn't mean your dog is scheming or manipulative. It's simply natural behavior for an animal seeking stability. In a wild pack, dogs or wolves constantly reaffirm their roles to avoid conflicts. If the leader doesn't take initiative, another pack member might start claiming that role, not out of greed, but from a desire for order. That's why it's crucial to set clear yet kind rules. If you don't want your dog taking your place, you need to calmly and gently, but firmly, point this out every time. This way, your dog senses your confidence and happily follows your rules. Remember, dogs aren't looking for dominance out of stubbornness. They seek a leader they can trust. When you calmly and respectfully show them boundaries, you become exactly that kind of leader. Imitating the owner dogs are incredible creatures. They watch their owners closely, study their behavior, and try to understand how to act at home. When your dog sits in your spot, it might be their way of saying, I want to be close to you and do what you do. It's not just about taking over a comfy chair. It's an act of imitation, a sign of deep trust and connection. Imitation is a crucial element in the dog world. In their natural habitat, within a pack, younger dogs learn from older ones by copying their habits and behavior. This helps them not only acquire survival skills, but also strengthen social bonds. At home, your dog sees you as the leader, and imitation becomes a way to get closer to you and feel like part of the family. For instance, if you often choose the same spot to relax, read, or work, your dog notices this and eventually associates that place with you. By sitting there, they're saying, I'm here, part of your world. It's also a way for them to feel safe and supported, as doing the same things as their beloved owner creates a special bond between you two. Moreover, this kind of behavior is a form of social interaction that helps your dog navigate life at home and with people. It learns to understand your habits, moods, and lifestyle. This isn't about territorial behavior. It's more about wanting to be in sync with you. So next time you find your dog comfortably settled in your spot, remember, it's not just about claiming your comfort. It's about wanting to feel closer to you by mimicking your habits. This is a sign of love and affection that's worth appreciating and understanding. Finding warmth and comfort. The spot you usually occupy is most likely the warmest and coziest in the room. It retains your warmth, molds to your shape, and carries your scent, all of which make it a paradise for your dog. When you get up, your dog instantly feels the lingering warmth and instinctively takes over your spot. It's not a whim or a territorial move. It's simply a natural desire to find comfort and relaxation. Dogs are very fond of warmth, especially during winter or in chilly rooms with hard floors. Your couch or armchair becomes the perfect place for them to warm up, relax, and enjoy a little getaway. This is particularly important for older dogs, whose joints may ache, and for puppies, who are actively growing and need rest in a soft and warm spot. Moreover, a cozy spot isn't just about warmth. It's about a sense of security, too. When your dog sits or lies down on your chair, they are literally immersing themselves in your aura, your scent, and the familiar surroundings. This helps them to calm down faster, reduce stress, and feel safe. After all, your scent is a reassuring signal for them that everything is all right. This moment is like how we love to wrap ourselves in a warm blanket after a long day. Dogs are very sensitive to comfort. which is why they adore your things like blankets, pillows, and clothes. These items carry your scent and give them a sense of closeness. So when your dog takes over your spot, don't get upset. It's just their way of seeking warmth and coziness, a basic need for comfort and security. The more attention you give to their comfortable rest, the calmer and happier your furry friend will be. Removing stress and separation. Anxiety for many dogs, being apart from their owner, even if it's just for a few minutes, can be truly stressful. They feel anxiety and loneliness because they're used to the constant presence and attention of their human. During these times, a dog looks for ways to calm down and feel closer to you, even when you're not physically around. One way they do this is by taking your spot, be it your chair, sofa, or favorite stool. Where you usually sit, your scent and energy linger, serving as a safety anchor for your dog. It's like they're telling themselves, "I'm here where you were, so I'm not completely alone." This familiar scent has a calming effect, reducing anxiety levels and helping them cope with the separation. This is especially true for dogs with mild separation anxiety. They might show signs of distress, bark, whine, or even destroy things in an attempt to feel more at ease. By taking your spot, they're subconsciously reconnecting with you, getting a sense of support and security. It's important not to see this behavior as stubbornness or a whim. On the contrary, it indicates that your bond with your dog is very strong and meaningful to them. These small gestures can help your pet adapt to your absence and return to their normal state more quickly. If your dog often takes over your chair when you're not around, try to help them manage their anxiety in other ways. You can leave familiar toys, use calming pheromones, or simply spend more time engaging in calm games and walks together. This will strengthen their trust and make the separation less stressful for them. Sensory experiences and mental stimulation. Your favorite chair or armchair isn't just a comfy spot with a familiar warmth and scent. For your dog, it's a whole new world filled with sensations and discoveries. Dogs primarily experience the world through their sense of smell, and the scents lingering on your seat provide a treasure trove of information for their keen noses. They can detect even the subtlest aromas that we might not notice. Everything from food crumbs that might have accidentally fallen to the smells of other people or animals becomes part of this little exploration hub. For a dog, each scent is like a chapter from a book, narrating the recent happenings in that spot. This activity stimulates their mind, feeding their curiosity and keeping them mentally active even in the calm environment of your home. Moreover, the textures of the chair's surface, like the soft fabric, cushions, and blankets, create tactile sensations that your dog also perceives and remembers. Different materials provide various feelings under their paws and body, offering additional enjoyment and stimulating their sensory perception. Sometimes, when your dog takes your spot, it's like they're conducting field research, studying, analyzing, and gathering information about your world. It's not just about relaxing, it's an active learning process that helps them feel confident and prepared for various situations. This behavior is especially important for active, smart, and curious dogs that need mental as well as physical stimulation. If you notice your pup loves to explore your spot, try engaging their mind with puzzle games, training sessions, and teaching them new commands. This will make their life more enriching and exciting. Conditional responses and positive reinforcement. Often, when your dog takes your spot, it's not just a random action. They've learned that it leads to a certain outcome. Dogs are very quick to pick up on what behavior gets a reaction from their owner, whether it's a smile, a pet, a chat, or even a little scolding. If a specific behavior gets them attention or a reward, they're likely to repeat it over and over. For instance, if one day you noticed your dog curled up on your chair, laughed, gave them a pat, or treated them with a snack, they took that as positive reinforcement. Now, every time they take over your spot, it's like they're testing the waters to see if they can get your attention or a reward again. In this case, your dog isn't being stubborn. They're simply acting out of habit and hoping for a pleasant response. This behavior highlights just how smart and sensitive your pet is to your emotions and actions. Dogs learn from experience and can even train their owners to get what they want, be it cuddles, playtime, or treats. While this can be amusing and endearing, if it starts to get out of hand, it might be time to think about training and establishing new rules. To change a habit like this, it's important to understand which behavior you want to encourage and which you don't. For example, if you don't want your dog to take your spot without permission, try not to reward this with attention. Instead, guide them to a different behavior, like sitting on a mat, a bed, or a designated spot, and then reward them there with affection or a treat. A dog's mind works through cause and effect. As you start controlling which responses yield results, your pet gradually adapts and learns the new rules. This way, your furry friend feels more confident, and you both understand each other better. Now it's your turn. What does your dog do when you get up? Does it guard the chair like a watchdog? Or does it sink into it like it's their personal throne? Share your funniest story in the comments about how your pup stole your spot. And if you're curious to learn more about dog behavior, make sure to check out our latest video. It's packed with amazing and helpful insights. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. It really helps us out. Thanks for joining us. See you in the comments and in the next video.